Hi YouTube, it's Friday. Happy Friday everybody, and I hope you've had a great week. I have another video today that I've been planning for quite some time about the music show I host on tilderadio. This music show is called the Copacetic Music Hour, and I go by DJ Guofu for the show, or Guapofu, as my friend DJ Snowdusk very creatively came up with, which really ties in with the theme of the show, and that is Latin American music, everything from folk music to jazz to pop and so on. I came up with the idea to host this show during the pandemic. I mean, being stuck at home and coming up with things to do. But I've been listening to Latin American music for quite a long time. It was really in college around 2011, 2012 that, I listened to all sorts of music from Cuba, from Mexico, from Brazil, from Colombia, and more recently from Peru as well. So I decided to share a lot of what I had learned about the music, what music I enjoyed, plus some of the historical, social, musical, and technological context of the music with a larger group. And it's really been a great experience so far. I have probably 10 listeners a week, but more people who listen to the recordings. And it's just been a great way to combine my love of music, Latin American music, with my love of computing, as I'll show you. This is the inside the copacetic music hour, so I'm going to show you a little bit, as much as I'm able to, about how I produce the show. For one thing, I have a website hosted on this machine right here where I'm recording this video with OBS Studio. I have this archive, and I've uploaded all the episodes from the past couple years. There's a little bit of information on the show. I might want to show a picture of this server, which I featured in another one of my videos. It is a i5 desktop that I found in the trash in my former apartment complex, and has been serving me very well. Anyway, you can tell it's a pretty casual show, and my kitten Mangle, she really loves it and likes to talk during the show. The main laptop I use for streaming is a Toshiba Satellite L455 with a dual-core Pentium and 8 gig of DDR3 RAM. It performs pretty nicely, but I am thinking of either recording in a different room because I get some microphone flutters, I think from AC, from air moving through the AC system, and possibly using just this machine now that I have this handy dandy USB headset here. I need to modify this. I have, as you can tell, more than 10 shows listed, 10 previous shows. The most recent episode was on L3, the spin-off from Three Souls in My Mind, the classic rock group from Mexico City. And then I have previous year's episodes, one from 2022. I need to update this. And then all the episodes from 2021. As you listen to these, you can tell there's some improvement in the audio because I figured out there were grounding issues that were giving me this ground hum. And I could sort of remove that with filters, but it wasn't ideal. Anyway, so I have all these episodes, and another thing I decided, to popularize the show is I use pictures in social media of the artists just to, get people interested in the episodes. And at the end of the year, I took my selection of images and put these through a program. I think it's called Photo Collage in Linux, and made this collage just of the artists that I had featured. I think there's a few pictures that repeat themselves, but you get the picture. Ricardo Lemvo, Gilberto Gil, Celia Cruz, La India de Oriente, Buena Vista Social Club. A lot of Cuban musicians, especially in the past year. Anyway, so that's just a little flavor of the Copacetic Music Hour website here. I'll give a little bit of background on tilderadio. This is a online. I don't think I've had to pay dues, but there's tilderadio and on radio that are online radio stations, entirely online, not in FM or AM. And really anyone can be a DJ, and just you have to understand how IceCast works and have a good piece of software for DJing. For example, I use Mix. I wanted to feature that in the video, but I don't think that's going to cooperate because it will take control of the audio on the computer, and then you won't hear me talking. So that's not too convenient. Anyway, so they have a schedule up. You can see when different DJs host. Mark Hornick, a friend of mine, G-Love, Kate, and Kyoko are robots that DJ Snowdusk features and automatically queue up songs. Anyway, so you can see various hosts. But one thing you'll notice is there's a lot of free times here. So if you're interested in being a DJ, there's plenty of slots that are open. And definitely, I often will as I'll talk about in a second, I pre-record shows. And most often, my first episode is live at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Fridays, and then my second episode's a rerun at 8 p.m. on Sunday, or 8 p.m. on Saturday, midnight Sunday UTC. Okay, and you can see what time we have now. There's a link to listen now here. You can go back to the home page, and there's also live chat in tilde.chat. I might as well open that up. On Mastodon, they announce when DJs go live. Okay. Yeah, so you can go into tilde chat. Yeah, so again, you see when the artists or which artists are playing for a given DJ, how many listeners. You can see who's up next, who's up after them, and then what's playing now and how many listeners. Oh wow, so nobody's DJ'd, and there's a robo DJ. If you tune into tilderadio, you'll notice that there's automatically queued up songs. There's another station, non-radio, where I used to broadcast. I think they've had some archive or storage issues, so unfortunately I haven't been able to broadcast there. Also a great community, and in addition to Mastodon, they have com chat within the terminal. With SDF is a public access Unix system, so you get an account in their Unix system, and when you log in, you can join this live chat during the radio shows. That's really cool. People will request songs, or we have live chats in COM or IRC, and then I talk about the live chat during the show. So it's really nice to have a very interactive radio station with great, very good customer service, I would say. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I think I'll just show one more thing after this. It's already been about 8 minutes. I'm going to switch windows here to the terminal, hopefully. I need to try that again. Oh, okay, so I think I need to bring this to the front. There we go. Okay. So I was able to switch to the terminal because I just want to show you what tools I used in order to broadcast shows after they've been recorded. Okay, so I'm in a different folder now, but I of course can't show you these, but those XML files are configurations for ezstream. Let's get help information. That's one tool that I can set up in a cron job to automatically play an MP3 file at a certain time. But I've had some issues, I guess, with the MP3 encoding and AzuraCast, which hosts the IceCast server in tilderadio. They're not talking to each other well, so I've switched to liquidsoap. Yeah, as you can see, which is a really interesting. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of features, which is a really interesting, very complex scripting language for DJing and internet radio in general. You can make repeaters play the same MP3 again and again. I think you can link together different sources and audio sources and syncs, but I just use it, as we'll see in my cron tab. I just use this to automatically play a show like this current episode at certain times and certain days. So you can see I have some configuration file. Of course, I can't show you, that will play this pre-recorded episode on the 17th at 10 and then the 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I think that's pretty much everything. I appreciate you all watching. Please like and subscribe as always, and let me know if you have questions or requests for the show. If you want to tune in, it's on tilderadio again at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Fridays, and then Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Saturdays. Plus, you can catch the archives, whenever you want. And definitely, as I mentioned, there's a lot of times that are open for DJs. So if you have a particular genre in mind, a lot of people on are both in on radio and tilderadio like synth music, and even there's some who are very professional and use turntables to mix music. Anyway, so if you have a genre of interest, you could very easily, get a password, get access to that IceCast mount, and given the right knowledge, you could have your own show at a particular time. But anyway, I hope that's useful. I hope all of the, tilderadio all-stars, as I call my listeners and fans, appreciate this video, and definitely check out the show and tune in Friday and Saturday night. Anyway, I hope you have a great start to your weekend, and take care, everybody.